Good afternoon and welcome back to Arkalani News. My name is Cameron Fish and we're here with Erica Murray and Connor Jepson.
And today we're going to be talking about climate change. Connor, what is climate change to you?
Climate change is the change in temperature over a long period of time.
Oh, so like the weather?
Kind of.
No.
Kinda.
No. As stated by Dr. Douglas, professor of marine systems, climate change has always occurred. What needs addressing is man-made climate change.
And now we're going to go over to Dom for more climate change with a special guest.
Thank you, Erica. Now here is Gabriel Perez. What do you do exactly?
I am the president of a nonprofit organization that is trying to spread awareness about the environment and how it's changing.
Okay, and so what are your thoughts on climate change exactly?
I think that climate change, the rate it's going now, is really scary. And when I think about the future for us and our children and our children's children, I'm terrified of the world that we're going to be leaving them with. It scares me.
Now, do you believe that climate change has been around for a long time? Because people are saying that yes, climate change has been something that has been around for a very long time.
Climate change, it's not about if climate change has been around for a long time. Of course climate change has been around for a long time. It's a natural thing that occurs. The problem is that it's occurring at a rapid rate where people and organisms, animals, they can't keep up with it. And it's because of things that us as humans are doing that is accelerating it to the point where it's devastating the earth. I mean, even though it's happened before, it's never happened this severe because the earth has never had humans doing all these terrible things to it. That's the problem.
Thank you. Back to you, Erica.
Thank you, Dom. Wow, that was a really interesting interview with Mr. Perez.
Yeah, I think I really agree with Mr. Perez on this issue. I've always believed that there's man-made climate change, but I'd like to hear a little bit about what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, like, I never realized what he said about how it's affecting our children at home, our daily lives. Like, I never thought that this would actually be a problem for us that we would have to deal with. What did you think, Connor?
That was a really eye-opening interview. It's just in, there's 50 polar bears invading Russian villages. We're going to go to Dom on this for more information.
Here's live footage of one of the polar bears rummaging through people's stuff.
Thank you, Connor. We are now here in the ice caps of Russia, and this is Sarah Green. So, what is it you do exactly?
I am a researcher here in Belushia Guba, the northern town in Russia.
And what is going on here exactly? Can you explain more?
There's about 50 polar bears that have all of a sudden invaded, and they are here because there's plenty of food here, and polar bears swim from sea ice to sea ice, and they saw land since they don't see much sea ice anymore because of global warming, and they just stayed here, and there's plenty of food, so they aren't motivated to leave.
Now, could you explain how we could fix this problem?
Well, we're fixing this problem right now by safely capturing them and returning them back to their natural habitat. But the real way to fix this problem is to stop our greenhouse gas emissions and our carbon emissions in order to let the planet go back to its normal state. And the polar bears won't need to stay in this town, and they can stay in the polar ice caps.
Thank you. Now back to Connor.
Thanks, Dom. So what do you think of this, Cammy?
Honestly, it's not just the polar ice caps in Russia that are experiencing climate change. I spoke to an intercultural professor from Florida Gulf Coast University named Dr. La Orden, who told me that in Spain, temperatures are rising so much that they cannot participate in everyday activities and live out their lives like they usually did.
Well, I think that's all the time we have tonight, folks. I'm Erica Murray. This is Connor Jepson and Cameron Fish, and we'll see you next week.
And we're here with Erica Murray and Connor Jepson.
Thank you, Connor. Now here's
Thanks, Dom. So now, what do you think of this, Cammy?
I honestly think that, you know,